Hey, hey, hey! How's it going, everybody? Welcome, CrowFamily, episode 26 of CrowCast. Wow. We've been here 6 months, dude.
It's unbelievable. 6 months, like, do you know what I mean? I seen some of the messages today, I couldn't believe it. It was, time's just flying, innit, man? Jesus Christ. 26 weeks of doing this. Yet again, a little bit later on tonight, just got a couple of technical problems because I sent an email to CJ, but there was something going wrong. So I think he's just going to be a little bit later to the party. So that's why I was a little bit late on then, Shane. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, it was. It's normally the other way around, ain't I? I'm the one that's normally causing stress.
Yeah, it was all good. I mean, we were all kind of chilled out, having a bit of a laugh before the show, like, obviously. And then I checked my inbox, as you do, just to make sure no last-minute problems. And I realised that one of the emails hadn't sent to him. So I'd just been messaging and just trying to get all the info over to him quickly, like, so...
Cool. For those who don't know, we got CJ WILDHEART coming on later, guys. Anybody want to ask questions and stuff, send us some questions in the comments and we'll try and get them to him. But yeah, man, the Wildhearts, what a band. We've been lucky to share the stage with them. But I mean, it was our childhood bed, wasn't it? Wildhearts.
Oh, man, definitely. Like, you're talking... Yeah, we just left like school, gone to college and stuff, and then there used to be a legendary venue in Wales called TJ's. I just remember kind of having a lift down with some of the older guys and catching the Wildhearts down there. Like, we were fortunate. There was a lot of bands, especially in the 90s, who were breaking through. Them, Therapy. There was just a lot we started getting our teeth into. Three Colours Red. If we went for the Wildhearts, I wouldn't have kind of got into three colours red. So yeah, absolutely stoked to have him on this. It's just a guy. There's a lot of people saying, "Am I moving out? My background's changed."
He's been burgled, yeah.
I have. Everything's gone, man. They came in. Funny enough, they left electric drums. Yeah. They left electric drums and they took all my LEDs and everything. So
they took Iron Man. They took your red walls. They took it all.
Yeah, man. It's I'm gonna have a change around in the studio. Obviously, we're doing this. I've had a few tips off people how to kind of make it look a bit better. I had the drum kit kind of in the background, so we're looking to write and record a lot more. So there's a lot of work. So keep tuning in and see how it goes. It's been one of those weeks, man, haven't it? Where I said to you, I've stripped all the stuff down. I'll get it ready for the CrowCast on Tuesday. And then we've been really busy with the band, like, so loads of stuff is kind of bubbling and loads of phone calls, few of these bloody Zoom meetings and with your label and everything. So it's taken up our days pretty much and writing as well, like,
Yeah, I got a numb ass. I've been on this chair doing meetings all day, every day with you guys. It's I need to get out. I need to be active, like. I can't be sitting in this chair all the time doing meetings, but it's been very productive. Changes in the camp and stuff, but we'll reveal all soon, hopefully. So it's good, all good.
Yeah, man.
Go on, bud.
A lot of people saying 6 months of pure awesomeness. Thank you. That's amazing. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, we were there. We were the same as everybody. We were there in lockdown. You're a bit fucking bummed out. What do? We can't gig. What? And then obviously the CrowCast was born, and it's just amazing now to be able to get people on like CJ tonight and have a chat with him, see what he's up to. I don't want to give too much away, like, but yeah, it's weird to say 26 weeks we've been doing this. Like, it wouldn't feel weird to say we've done 26 shows. But it does feel weird to think that every week, every Tuesday, 9 p.m., we're kind of aiming to get on here and talk to everybody. And you don't know how the fuck it's going. And it's totally unpredictable. So, we're doing the best we can, like.
Yeah, exactly. Where's Dave then? He decided not to come on, did he?
Dave. I think Dave shit out. So he was kind of looking forward to coming on, but... he shit out. But we'll get the boys on after, for those who are asking. We're going to do some birthdays and shout outs, and then we're going to get CJ WILDHEART on and have a chat and see what he's been up to and talk all things rock and roll.
Brilliant. Okay, let's kick things off with birthdays. We got Nick Pether. He's the youngest member of Rokes Drift, a band called Rokes Drift. If you haven't heard of him, check him out. He's the big 5-0 today, the youngest member of the group. Hope you had a great day, Nick. A bit of an inside joke here. Charlie Farley. He is the big 5-0 tomorrow. Wow, he doesn't look it, does he?
Bloody hell. Fair play. Doing good, Charles.
Ah, it's because he's wearing that Deadpool thing, and he wears a mask now. Morag text as well. She said she's got an unbelievable surprise for you tomorrow. Charlie boy. Fozzie from Florence Black. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, Fozzie boy.
And in the same band, Tristan. It's his birthday on Thursday. There's some celebrations going on there, I bet. Gav Burrows, farewell for a friend. It's his birthday on Thursday, the 17th of September. Happy birthday, dude. We've also got a birthday shout out to Kerry Spiller. It's her birthday on September the 18th. Happy birthday, lovely. Hope Gary.
To unlock your iPhone first.
Can you believe
that? Aye. So you're on about what were you on about then? Kelly Spiller and your iPhone talk to you, is it?
Yeah, they're listening, aren't they? Everyone
They're
is.
fucking always listening, I'm telling you, man. Honestly. Technology. Ooh, don't get me going.
Dodgy. Yeah, sorry. Kerry Spiller, hope you have a lovely day. September the 18th. Hope Gary spoils you. Jake Tilley, sound guy. He's done some shows with us. It's his birthday on September the 18th. Happy birthday, Jake. We've also got Mad Mike Davis from Bridgend. It's his birthday also on September the 18th. Happy birthday, Mike. We've also got, there's quite a few here actually. September the 19th, we got John Mitchell. He's big 5-0 as well.
Oof, it's a big one for him, innit? Big 5-0. Happy birthday, John.
He's still not as old as the other John, no?
No, he's not quite as old as him.
No. Another birthday on Saturday, 19th of September. Anthony Evans, a.k.a. FZ from Fire Road. Happy birthday, bro. Hope you have a good one. And we've also got Anthony Pritchard on Saturday, 19th of September. Hope you have a good day, bud. And we got the wonderful Tanith Chown, Sunday on the 20th. Happy birthday, Tanith. And that's all the birthdays. It's quite a few.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's quite a few this week. Fair play, like. Nice feedback for last week's show. Alex Lee, Mark was amazing last week. Yeah, absolutely great guest. He's kept in touch with us. Hopefully we'll have him back on in the future because we heard last week he's working on a new album and stuff, so it'd be cool to see where he's getting with that. And obviously everything, all the shit that's happening in America as well, so he wasn't shy coming forward with that, which was cool. Same with Ricky. Ricky was a great guest as well, Talking about guests, should we bring on our special guest for tonight?
Let's do so. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. CJ WILDHEART.
Yes.
You guys are good.
Thank you, man. We're fucking blagging it.
I was waiting for requests from the local pub and stuff. It's got that. It is really good. It's really entertaining watching you two.
I was absolutely shitting them, CJ, because obviously we're still trying to get our heads around this and work out the tech side of it. So when I looked at my inbox, I couldn't see your email had landed. So I was like, no, man, And then I seen you pop up down the bottom. I was like, excellent, show's on. Here we go. Absolutely brilliant.
I mean, I've done. I'm pretty tech savvy, and I like technology. So I've done quite a few of these kind of interviews on Zoom and Facebook and stuff, and none of them have gone wrong yet. I've just got an email from you.
Yes. It's called the panic button, where you probably have another 2 or 3 where I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know if it landed. I don't know if it landed. Like, so that's some really cool artwork in the background, dude. Sorry to that's fucking slamming. That's absolutely slamming.
Yeah. I've lived around the world and collected stuff on my travels and stuff, you know, touring, and I've done a couple of tours in my time, you know, and if you pick things up, I mean, Ginger's got some like absolutely amazing stuff, you know, art as well. But I mean, most musicians, anyone who travels, you just pick up rubbish, don't you, as you're going along?
Yes, man. Yeah.
I noticed you've got is that a grey feature wall I can see in the background there?
It's not quite sure what it wants to be at the moment. It was red last week.
Right.
You would have seen it. It was red with like Iron Man and wrestling belts, and like you said, you just pick up so much fucking shit over the years. So, but yeah, just kind of changing the studio around. We everything's kind of leveling up our side, and like you said, technology. So we've invested in a lot more gear, and just kind of working out the remote recording vibe and building the house.
Did you start this like during the lockdown then? Yeah, that's brilliant. Really well done, man.
Yeah, well, we were there, man. We you know, it's quite a big quick backstory. We went on tour in February, promote the new record, and then COVID happened. So it was the case of, well, rather than kind of pack up and wait for it all to calm down, Shane and myself were talking on the phone, and we were like, well, how can we keep interacting with the fan base? They're there, they wanna talk to us. So hence we tried to find some sort of like software that would work. And you got to think now, when we were in May, none of us could see each other. We couldn't be even 2 meters apart. You know, we were all on lockdown. So we worked out that this software could kind of beam to 5 other houses, stream at the same time on different platforms. So it was a case of,
you have the whole band like involved in this, or
yeah, man, yeah. We used to have them on at the beginning, but it used to get a bit jumbly, especially like we were trying to work out who was going to speak. So then we kind of cut it down to me and Shane, and then we kind of bring people in and out. Then, like, so.
I'll tell you, it'd be impossible for the Wildhearts to do something like this. I mean,
I'd fucking love to see that, man.
It's hard enough getting us in the same room together. It's absolutely, it would never happen.
Yeah, well, it was a bit like us with us. Like, we were working out how can we jam. Like you said, you love technology, so we were kind of working out, can we actually jam together, like in different locations, but is the latency going to be a problem? And it was a nightmare. We looked at different software, we looked how to make it work. We even had like Chris Barras on here a couple of weeks ago, and he was giving us tips how to maybe kind of make it work. But this was the only way we could have our band practice. This was the only way we could do our gig, our get together as a band. So yeah, we use it all for.
You guys you've been doing online shows and stuff. Or?
Yes, now we have. Yeah.
I mean, we haven't. There was no way me and Ginger were going to do like that acoustic thing, like an iPhone gig. It ain't going to happen, and it's just not what we're about. And we were offered, the band, as in the Wildhearts, were offered various different platforms to do, you know, a live stream gig. But again, we're kind of like a band who's kind of on hold at the moment, and we're all kind of off doing our own things, which it isn't a problem, because, you know, Ginger's producing music, I'm producing like Source, and I'm working on a new album right now. So, you know, I don't know what Danny's doing. Richie's a builder, so he's off building whatever he builds, patios or ceilings, you know. So everyone's, you know, keeping busy, and I think that's what you really got to do, innit, during this time, is, you know, keep your head down, keep busy.
100%.
Yes.
When is the last time you saw the boys?
We had a rehearsal. God, it wasn't that long ago. It was probably about maybe 6-7 weeks ago. We had a rehearsal. It was to start the process of the recording a new album. And the rehearsal didn't quite go as planned, so we kind of drew a line under the new album for this year, and we're going to regroup like early next year and get our heads down and, you know, get a new album in the can. We probably would have dropped an album, wouldn't have been able to tour it, and you know, it just didn't. It's just not something the band wants to do. You know, Ginger's all right doing his solo thing. I'm going to drop an album, you know, in December, and I won't be touring it, obviously. But with the Wildhearts, we need that whole machine kind of up and running before we do anything. So we've kind of like hit pause for a few months, and we're all off doing our own thing. But with hindsight, it was disappointing that the Wildhearts album wasn't happening this year, but it's been a blessing. You know, my Hot Sauce has come back, and to be honest, I wrote a bunch of songs during like lockdown, which were quite like hardcore angry punk, and they need to come out this year, because if they come out next year, things would have changed, you know, feelings would have changed. But the kind of passion I have right now, and the anger I feel right now, although I don't look very angry. My girlfriend sending me a message. She goes, "You're so beautiful."
I love it.
Actually, no, it wasn't. It was Ginge. Oh, cheers, Ginge. Thank you. So yeah, my songs need to come out this year, you know, for them to kind of have poignancy and make sense. So yeah, the Wildhearts being put on hold for a few months it's a blessing in disguise for me. So.
I totally get that, dude. That whole, you know, it's of a now, isn't it? You know, an album is of a moment, a time. So those feelings and emotions connected with those songs, I totally get that.
Well, I mean, you know, if we were Guns N' Roses, we'd be doing a lockdown album probably in 10 years' time, you know, but we're not.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, I mean, you know, I wrote a bunch of songs, and you know, they're the heaviest and punkiest stuff I've ever done, and I just wanted to get this music out. And also, by having it out, I don't know how it works for you guys, but you know, once I get a song and get it recorded, it's out of my head for good. Then it's kind of you know, it's a release.
Yes,
it's a release.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I mean, do you write most of the stuff, Shane? Do you write most of the stuff in the band, or
it's a complete collective? But like lyrically, I kind of pen majority, but there's stuff off the first album Ronnie's written. But it's a complete collective. The band is really creative, so we're lucky on all fronts. There, we got 5 heads.
Because I mean, when you do write songs, you need to get them out, don't you? You need to kind
100%.
of exercise the demon.
Yeah,
and,
I cannot relax unless like I can go to bed and it's the worst thing in the world. 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, an idea comes in your head, and then I've got to get it down, whether it be singing into my phone or jump into my studio and get it down on the Mac, because I cannot relax until that's out of my head.
My son knows this now. He knows he'll see me just pick up my guitar at random times or start like humming or singing into my phone, and he used to go, "What are you doing?" And I mean, he's only 6, but he knows I'm working when I do that, and you know, it's great seeing his reaction. It's like, I've got an idea. and but on this album, there's because it's so aggressive, and it's about how I felt. It's not just the lockdown. It's that, you know, politically the whole world has been turned on its head, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and you know, unless you're completely out of the matrix, that stuff's going to have an effect on your personality, your general mood. So I'm saying motherfucker this and fucker that down the front, and I got my little But I'm talking Duality, Slipknot song. I put my fingers into my eyes.
Yeah.
Josh was singing it this morning as I pushed my fingers into my ass. I meant your eyes, not your ass.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was so funny as a 6-year-old, and then I found out that his uncle was taking the piss out of the song it was on when he was on holiday or something, and I pushed my fingers into my ass, and Josh picked up on it. And you've got to be really careful with kids, but I just thought it was what a line we came out with this morning. Brilliant line. So I actually might use that.
Yeah, but it's awful, man, because like that's the way the world's gone now. I've got kids the same as Shane, so we can relate to that. My kids can say the fucking funniest things at the most. Well, you don't want them to say it in the middle of a supermarket or whatever, but it's the case of that's the way the world's gone. You have to watch what everybody's saying. It's just gonna be fucking, you know.
I think most bands find it quite hard to kind of censor what comes out, you know, of their gobs, and it's yeah. I mean, since I mean, I became a dad really late in life. You know, I was 46 when I became a dad, and you know, I'm 53 in December, and I've got a 6-year-old. So I'm like one of the oldest dads at the school, you know, because most of the dads are in their, you know, mid-20s, sort of early 30s, but the way I talk is so different to them, and you know, I'm always dropping F words and just. But it's the nature of the environment I grew up in and I work in, and you know, we shouldn't be censored, and we should be able to say what the fuck we want to fucking say. You know what I mean? Fucking.
Yeah, man.
You got to watch it around the kids. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, we are the outlet, and we, you know, if we say it, if we're thinking it, and we say it, I can guarantee you there's multiple people that want to say it themselves, you know, but they don't. And I think that's the beauty of like rock music or punk music or any music in general. It is that outlet of expression, emotion. So we can't as musicians suppress that, because that shit eats us up, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You got to be said. Like it's a great platform to say what you think and feel.
It's real. I mean, the thing with the like during lockdown, there was a lot of obviously touring and stuff. You couldn't tour and stuff, and I saw a lot of online gigs and, you know, really beautiful acoustic gigs. But all I wanted to do is just, if someone gave me an acoustic guitar and said, you know, do your lockdown show, I would have taken that fucking guitar and smashed it. How that, you know, I don't want to be, you know, it's. I want to rage, you know, I want to go on stage and I want to jump around like a fucking arsehole and have lights and fucking my Marshall, you know, turned on to fucking 11 and just, I don't want to be like, you know, stroking my fucking mandolin, you know, and, you know, so part of me is rejoicing because I'm doing a solo album now and I get to scream and, you know, I get to put some of that passion in and channel it where it should be into bombastic, loud, electric music. You know, nothing wrong with Ed Sheeran, but you know, it just isn't for me.
Yeah.
I love that, dude. So is that in your own studio? Where do you recording that to, dude?
I have a little setup in the corner there, and like my last, I think four solo albums I've recorded on my own. And basically, I record everything with like I use Easy Drummer now, and then I replace the drums. The last 2 albums, I used a guy called Jason Bold, who's just
know him really well. Yeah, know him well. He's fucking ace drummer.
The guy's a monster, but he's playing on this one as well. So he enjoys playing my music because the trajectory of my solo music is it's getting heavier and heavier and heavier as I go along. And but I've always had a real punk rock sort of ethic towards drums and that, and so I get Jace to put a lot of punk rock stuff in there and punk rock fills and stuff, which he doesn't naturally do. You know, he's a metal drummer, Jace. You know. So he likes the fact that I get him to do stuff which he wouldn't normally do, and he's just, I mean, he is just unbelievable. And also because he plays metal, I can use a lot of double bass drum stuff in my solo music, which I can't do in the Wildhearts, you know, because Richard is a solid rock drummer, but he doesn't do the double kick thing. So, you know, I can venture into kind of Slipknot sort of territory, which is, you know,
fun and put your fingers up your ass.
Yeah.
I might do, you know. That's great.
We went to school with Matt from Bullet, so we kind of know him really well. And then I went to watch his side project, which was Axe Wound. And I went to the Thekla in Bristol, and I didn't know what to expect, but what I did see was Jason Bold, and I was like, fucking hell, fair play, like, you know. There's a lot of respect. Drummer, completely different style to what I play, but I was just like, wow, he's a beast, like, you know.
Yeah, so. He is. I mean, he is. I mean, and he's quick as well. I mean, he did my last album, Blood, I sent him the 10 tracks 2 nights before it. He turned up into the studio and he recorded everything in 3 hours and then just fucked off.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just like, oh God, man. It's just,
Wow.
so I said, are you ready for this one? And he went, yeah, send me the songs the night before. I don't want to cloud my head. And no rehearsing. He'll just turn up, play the songs. He'll do them in a few hours, and it's done. I've just never worked with anyone like that. I mean, it's just, he must have some sort of photographic memory or something.
He has, but it's like, so when me and Shane grew up, we weren't kind of the theory side of music. It was all about the jam. So I could, me and him could maybe get in a room, have a jam with you, but there'd be no technical talk. I wouldn't be able to do the technical. If you said to me, you know, play a fucking punk beat, ba-ba-da, I talk like that, or I go off the vibe of a guitar. When I seen Jason in the studio, I had the pleasure of watching him, and I think I've told this story to Shane. I turned up, I said hi to my mate. I was like, "Oh, Jason's drumming. Is he? Oh, wicked!" And I watched him just run through the track like he probably would with you. All right, cool, wicked. He sat there quiet for about 2 minutes. He just said, "Hang on a minute, yeah, 2 minutes," and I could almost watch him write in his drum parts in the air. I could just see him. And then he just said, "Yeah, hit record. Can you put the BPM here? Can you put a time change at bar whatever?" And he kind of got him to build it on Pro Tools. And then I just watched him blitz the track, one take, perfect hits. Yeah. Honestly, man, my fucking head did that. Boom! So I was just like, whoa.
I rehearse for everything. I'm not one of those kind of guitarists who. If I was out and there was like a jam night or something, I just would not go up on stage and start playing. It's really out of my comfort zone. But I can walk on stage in front of thousands of people and sing and jump around like a monkey. But if it was one of those blues jam nights or something, or they started playing old rock and roll standards and stuff, I wouldn't get up and play. You know, you'd have to pay me to get up.
Yeah.
And not in beer and peanuts.
I love that. We talking about like the writing process. We tried something new the other day where we've started to just hit. We went away for a couple of days with the band and just started hitting record because it's like what you said. If you got stuff in your head or there's 4 or 5 of you trying to get ideas out, we were afraid of somebody missing something special. So that kind of was a new way of doing it, and that kind of worked the other day. It was exciting.
You all together in the room, right?
Yeah, man, we just booked a place. We thought, fuck it, you know, we've been crammed up long enough, so we just kind of went away for a couple of days together, had a laugh, had a couple of wines, and we just kind of set up Pro Tools, let it rock. There could have been a lot of shit in there, but it was the whole point. Like Shane said, if he's there and he's got a guitar or he's singing, and the hardest thing is if I've got an idea or one of the boys have got an idea, sometimes you're waiting for them to kind of give their idea and you lose yours.
Right, yes, yeah.
With this way, it was almost like you could hear him just doing the guitar in the background. So that was being recorded. That was done. It was just like a really cool way.
Yeah, I mean, in the Wildhearts, we always bring kind of, they're mostly kind of completed songs to the table. So I have a setup, Richie has a setup. So we record completed demos. Ginger always does acoustic demos. Mm-hmm. But then we get into a rehearsal studio and knock each other's songs into shape. And, you know, it's a collective effort from, you know, a solid idea rather than just all turning up with no ideas and just jamming and stuff. But I mean, in the past, you know, Ginger's written about 99% of all the songs, and he always brings completed songs to the table. But with the last album, it was a lot more organic, and you know, the whole process was you know, songs were knocked together in rehearsals, and it was, you know, it was enjoyable. And it also, because we demoed everything before we went in the studio, it cut down recording time as well. We recorded the album in about, you know, 7 days, and you know, because we did homework and we did some, you know, pre-production. And it's one of the reasons why we kind of said, right, let's not do the album this year. We'd have to rush it, and you know, we should take our time, and you know, we want to make a really, really good album. And you know, if we were going to do the lockdown album, like I said, that needed to come out this year. You know, it's pointless having an angry lockdown album when, you know, come out like, you know, in summer, like I was saying, like next summer. It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah,
You know, we don't know where the world's going to be, you know, next summer. You know, we could all be working in McDonald's.
Yeah, it's
actually
a fact.
I'm old enough now to probably get a job in home base. You guys will be working at McDonald's.
It's okay, mad. Home base is one of the only places.
I'm actually I'm in. You guys are all right because you can work in McDonald's, right? But I'm actually too old for McDonald's, and I'm actually a bit too young for home base, so I'm fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have some sweet curry sauce, man, with my fries. All right.
That's okay, brilliant. Amazing. That's brilliant. The last record, dude, was a banger. I mean, we were on the road, and as you were trickling it out, we were loving it. It was just riff after riff, man. It was fucking awesome. Like,
I know the Wildhearts, innit? But I mean, with the because that was the first album we'd done in 10 years. So,
yeah.
We were really shocked at how well received it was, and you know, a band that's been, I mean, we've been together 31 years now, and you know, we have a sound. You know, if you haven't got a sound, but you know, when you've been together as long as us, you're fucked, aren't you? Basically, still trying to discover your sound after 31 years. I think you went into the wrong job. Yeah. But we didn't want to rest on our laurels and play off the past. And I think, you know, with the album, it surprised us, and that's like a major battle when the band are surprised by, you know, what you've actually produced, you know, because a lot of bands, you know, when they've been around as long as us, they kind of go through the motions, and it's really easy for them to do that. And, you know, one thing anyone who knows the Wildhearts would never accuse us of is ever going through the motions. This band is just fueled by drama and shit. And, you know, we've never got to that plateau where everything's cruising and nice and lovely, but it would be really nice if we did get there one day. Like soon.
But don't you think that gives you like I don't know, like your album speaks then, you know, it's got that edge, it's got that attitude, it's got that. If it was all plain sailing, would it be as good? Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean, we're a difficult band, as in the way we are as individuals. I mean, we get on, we don't get on. You know, I've known Ginger for, you know, 32, 33 years now, and you know, we've been doing this band. You know, we started the band in 1989, and you know, we've fallen out and fallen in and out and in, and you know, but we work well together. We know how our vocals work. We know how there isn't another guitarist or singer I feel, you know, more comfortable with, you know, than I do with Ginger. And you know, we're like two peas in a pod, but there's always some sort of drama in this band, and that's what keeps us edgy and keeps we can't be too smooth. We need rough edges. You know, it's what the band's about, and you know, if because we can, you know, we can do those really nice harmonies and stuff. If we became smooth, we'd end up sounding like the fucking Eagles, man. It'd just be awful. There's nothing wrong with the Eagles, but again, I'm too young to work at home base, and I'm way too young to be in the fucking Eagles.
But dude, oh man, that's what I said to the boys. Whenever I see you guys on stage, you were absolutely right. You and Ginge, two peas in a pod. It's like you were so in sync. Your guitar playing, the vocal, how he phrases, it's incredible. I love your backing vocals, man. With CJ.
No, thank you. I mean, I've been singing with Ginger for so long. It's I just know how he's going to end words. I know where he's going to go, and you know, it's just when you've been singing with someone for that length of time and done that many shows, you know, it is really natural. But I mean, it was like that from when we first started singing. It's just we could never find a singer in the Wildhearts, and we looked. When we put the band together, we were looking for a singer for a good year. I think probably a year and a half. We were looking for a singer. We just couldn't find a singer we wanted, and it was. And then someone said, "Oh, Ginge, why didn't you sing?" You know, and so we did a demo with Ginger singing and me doing that second harmony thing, and then we signed our record deal off the back of that demo. It just worked, and you know, and it was we wasted a year or so looking for a singer when we could have just been cracking on, you know. But it's just the way it worked. It wasn't planned, and we just kind of stumbled into our roles in the band. But you know, it's isn't that the best way when it isn't forced? It's all natural, and you know,
100%. Yeah, 100%.
It happened. I mean, how did you become a singer? You know, was it just something you stumbled into?
It was God, man, I was singing since I was like 4, really. I mean, my dad was a singer, I play guitar, so
you got a proper voice as well. You got like a proper like you proper sing, you know. It's like
I try, like,
you know. Yeah, but I mean, but you're not trained or nothing, are you?
No, not at all. My dad, he loved his sort of country music back in the day. So I had Johnny Cash and what have you, and he'd just walk into the living room, pick up his guitar if you're watching TV, and just start singing, and then you'd have to join in, or I'd pick up the guitar and play along with him. So from a real early age, I kind of that was the bedrock of songs and singing, and
that's really important. I mean, if you are going to go down that route, I think it's I know a lot of amazing musicians and singers, and the ones that really stand out are the ones who are kind of self-taught and just kind of stumbled along and kind of struggled a bit, because it's my dad said to me once, because I asked him for if I could have some guitar lessons, and he went, "Why do you want guitar lessons?" And I went, "I just want to learn how to play." And he goes, "Yeah, but you just sound like a teacher." So he brought me a book that says "Teach Yourself." But it's true, you know. I play, and Ginger's the same. We play some chords in a rather unorthodox manner, and you know, I still don't know the name of half the chords I play, but you know, as long as they sound right, who cares?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same when it comes to guitars. Couldn't tell you what chords I'm playing. Piano in particular, I play piano like rhythmically rather than like a pianist would. It's a totally different feel.
A pianist?
What's that?
Did you say? How does a pianist play a piano? I'm figuring it out now.
I'll show you later. I remember going into a studio and laying down a track, and there was this guy who was in control of the studio. It was his studio, and he was a proper pianist, and he played like he was incredible, dude. But then he wasn't getting the essence of what my demo was. It was kind of too nice, and I was like, "No, it needs to be like this." And he's like, "Well, that's not how a pianist would play the guitar, piano." And then I found that, but then that's not me. So you know, your dad's right. You know, you pick up that instrument, and that's an extension of you. How you do it, that's your personality. And again, I found that really early. I think we all did in our band. There's no one really sort of technical. It's all sort of self-taught and all about the feel and the vibe.
It's really important when you do anything, not just music. It's really important you put your own spin and your own, you know, identity on something. And you know, I see a lot of incredible players like on Facebook and Instagram, these young, like, you know, boys and girls, you know, fucking whittling off, and it's just like, oh, shut up, just give me a song, man. Play like Steve Jones, play like the Pistols, you know, play like fucking Joe Strummer. Why are you doing this? And it's just, it kills me. Fucking kills me. So yes, you do get penises who play guitar. A lot of them on Instagram.
Amazing.
And they go.
So CJ, what was the bands or the song that made you pick up the guitar? You mentioned a few bands there, like Sex Pistols. What was your influence?
The very first band was Kiss. Yeah. Kiss were and they were the first band I ever saw as well. It was 11 or 12, I can't remember. They had the full makeup as the Unmasked tour in 1980. Yeah. Actually, I tell a lie, Iron Maiden was supporting them on the Maiden tour, their first album tour. And so Iron Maiden were the first band I saw in 1980, and then, but it just Kiss, just seeing them when I was like a kid, that I just saw them, and I remember saying to my dad, I go, "That is what I want to do," you know, and it's from that I was 11 or 12. I just thought, right, I'm going to be in a band, and that was it. That the minute I saw them, it was just tunnel vision. I'm going to be in a band. But then I discovered, like most rock musicians, you go through phases. I went through a glam thing for a year and a half, but punk has always been my heart. I feel like a punk rocker. And I love a lot of American punk bands. I'm a massive Clash fan. Really love the Clash. But I mean, an American band called The Descendants, who I really, really like, got me when I was a teenager, and a lot of thrash did as well, like early Metallica and Slayer and all those bands. It's the same when I met Ginge. We were talking about the bands we loved, and he was the same. Kiss were a major influence on him, but he was also into all the thrash and the punk as well. And it's one of the reasons why Wildhearts sound the way we do, because 1 minute we sound punk, and then we'll go into like a Metallica bit, and then we'll go into a rock and roll bit, and then we'll go back to the punk, and we mix it all up. And that's because of the eclectic sort of influences we have. But when we came out in the 90s, there wasn't a band like us. There wasn't a band who did like Beach Boy harmonies and then dropped into a Metallica bit, and then went into the Sex Pistols bit, and then into a Cheap Trick bit, and then back to the Metallica bit. And it was really important that me and Ginge were into those type of bands. We weren't just into like rock and roll or just into punk. We loved it all, and we wanted to put it all into the pot. And it's a major part of our sound is that we can switch from rock and roll to punk to metal all in a blink of an eye. And it's thank God, because we none of us wanted to be in the Beatles or the Stones or something. We wanted to rage. Yeah.
You can hear all those influences in your music. I had to say to a lot of people, like, if you can't really pigeonhole your stuff. I mean, us listening to your stuff when we were, without sounding, this is nothing but respect, brother, like in school, like we would listen to you and it's like 29 Times the Pain, Caffeine Bomb. I mean, incredible stuff. But it was stuff that I hadn't heard before. In a way I hadn't heard before. Like you said, there'd be elements of huge choruses, melodic, but then that heaviness, the punk emphasis. You're like, what is this? Whereas
it's,
Nirvana, grunge, you know what I mean? Bands that
really, I mean, there's that time in the 90s. I mean, we stood out for a minute because of our music, and then if something went truly wrong, we stood out for all the wrong reasons, and the music got forgotten. The music became secondary because people were tuning in just to see, who was going to be sat next, or who was going to, be fucked up from drugs or get into a fight or be arrested, but ultimately, and this is our saving grace, we've always come back to the music. The band's always managed to produce albums, and, when we're on stage and when we're on form, I think we're a world-class band. I think even at our grand old age right now, we can still, we still jump around. Or Danny doesn't, he hops, but me and Ginge, we jump around, and there's still that energy. It's still passion and power coming off the stage. And for a bunch of guys like me and Ginge in our 30s, that's fucking, we're doing all right.
Yeah, man. Well, the biggest accolade is when you did Steelhouse. When was that? 2 years ago.
2 years,
yeah. Was that when it was pissing down with rain?
Yeah, and the sun came out. I think I've got a shot of you, man, side of stage, where the sun just came out as you were halfway through your set or something. It was fucking class. Like,
what, did I drop my trousers?
Well, we were standing on the side of the stage watching the performance, and it's that moment of, wow, it was the Wildhearts, listen to them growing up and stuff. But my son is 7 now, but at the time, well, he was 5, and it's the first sort of live festival he'd seen. And you ask Ronnie, he was by the side. He did not leave the side of that stage watching you,
brilliant.
And he was just mouth open, just couldn't take his eyes off you. And I was like, yes, he's got the bag.
Josh saw me live last year for the first time at what's the heavy metal festival? Bloodstock.
Yeah.
Is it Bloodstock? Bloodstock.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah.
Some band pulled out. We got asked to do it, and I mean, it's an amazing festival, absolutely amazing festival. But it was the first time he's ever seen me live, so it was a real lucky. It was my favourite show last year because of that reason. My little boy came and saw me play live, and up until that point, he thought I was a dancer. Yeah. Described me as a dancer who did star jumps to his teacher. After that moment, I was a clown, which is brilliant.
That's class. Yeah, amazing, dude. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I said to Shane top of the show as well, man. When we were in school, I think we just left or whatever. I caught you in TJ's in Newport, where it was a fucking wild gig. I mean, what you got to think? I think I was about 15, 16. I'd have to check with my mate. Probably maybe 14, and I snuck in.
A lot of TJ's. I mean, God, I remember that's a tiny little place. Yeah, Newport.
Yeah, and when I came to watch you, it changed over the years. But when I came to watch you, the ceiling was like looked like a cave. It was a fucking weird ceiling. So everybody was crowd surfing, and it was it was a fucked up. It was just, for a kid who watched like a punk rock band, it was just like, whoa, this is fucking insane. So, I mean, I was just going to jump on the back of what Shane said. If I remember watching that and thinking this has blown my head away. And then fast forward to like Steelhouse and even Call of the Wild, where we were on the same bill as you. And we were kind of just standing there smiling, seeing you and the boys kind of jamming it out, smiling. The vocals were fucking...
Call of the Wild was the one in Yorkshire, wasn't it? I can't remember.
I think so, on a race course. I think it was on a race course or...
Lincolnshire. Maybe.
Lincolnshire, yes, man. Yeah.
It wasn't a race, yeah, because we'd been on tour, and I remember the tour bus pulling up, and it had proper toilets, didn't it? Not porta cabins for a festival. Yeah. It had like concrete block designated. Yeah. And I remember thinking, shit, man, yeah, I'm in Bon Jovi, man. I'm playing a festival and I've got a proper toilet. I finally thought I'd made it. It's funny how you remember places, isn't it, by the state of the toilets.
Yes. Or the backstage.
I don't remember the show, but I remember the fucking toilets, yeah.
Yeah. Or the backstage, how little space you might have to get changed or something, like, Yeah.
It's I tell you, I don't know how far afield you guys have toured, but the Wildhearts have toured all over the world quite a few times, and whenever we leave the UK, backstage areas, just even in the tiniest shittest clubs, are just so much nicer than, you start doing bigger halls here, and the changing rooms are still the same. The showers still don't work. I think they bring the rider from the smaller gig and just went, fuck it, just bring the old rider and just stick it in there. They won't know. And the sandwiches as well. Just, wipe the mold off them, stick it down there. But it's just, the minute you leave the UK, backstage areas get really nice and everything works and you get really nice food and stuff. And then you come back to the UK and you play in these bigger halls and it's like, what the fuck? What's happened? Why isn't there there's water, but you have to choose whether you just want it hot or cold. You can't have it like warm and nice. But we did a tour at the beginning of this. Well, it's the last tour we did this year. We toured with the Backyard Babies, and we supported them in Germany, and then they supported us in the UK. But in Germany, it was amazing. Caterers every day, and food, and just a selection of cheese and meat and whatever you wanted, and beers. And then we came to the UK, and it was like, a can of Fanta and a pot noodle. Yeah. Yeah, but I miss playing live. I had no idea in February that was going to be the last shows we were doing this year, and it's awful. It's awful not being able to play live, and it's the one thing I truly miss is just going out on tour and doing shows. So when we eventually do get that honor and that privilege back, I mean, Jesus, what I mean, it's just gonna be amazing, that first show. Absolutely incredible.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
it's just you guys are gonna know, you know, you'll be kissing that stage, won't you?
Oh man, honestly, we did. You know, we played that show for Planet Rock, and it was no crowd. It was great to be together because at that point we hadn't seen each other for months.
Was that
but
weird?
it was
really
so weird. Yeah, we said that to John Norman. We loved being a part of it. I mean, we were grateful. Thank you. And loads of people said they enjoyed it. But as a band, we did we miss you. We're the same as you, man. It's the same attitude. Like I said, that 90s, we grew up listening to bands like yourself and Three Colours Red, we said earlier and stuff. And so to not have that energy, it was like, it just felt a little, you know, we were missing it, man. It was just like, fuck, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we were offered a few of these gigs with no one there, and we came really close. But I'm glad we stepped back now. You know, a lot of it's because you know, like a lot of bands, we're running out of dough, and you know, we couldn't be furloughed. We couldn't, you know, unless we play live. We don't really, our lion's share of income comes from playing live. And once that, you know, avenue, you know, was blocked for us, you know, we had to try and sell merch and stuff like that. So, you know, we were offered a few kind of those non-audience sort of gigs, and we did come close, but I'm glad we stepped back, and, you know, everyone's doing what they can do now to survive on their own steam, which is a good thing. You know, you just go out there and you survive. Everyone has to do it. But when we do play live again, we'll be playing a proper show, you know, with you know, an audience, and they won't be socially distancing, or because I've seen pictures of gigs now in venues where, you know, 4,000 capacity venues, and they can only have like 600 people in there, and and people say, oh, it was really good, and then you look at the audience, it looks shit. It looks, you know, you can't all sat down and it's like fucking sipping Pims and eating cucumber sandwiches. What a bunch of cunts, man. It looks rubbish. It's not a fucking gig, it's a fucking tea party. It's like, oh, but you know what I mean? Fucking going mental at a gig. I'm sitting down sipping fucking Pims. You fucking idiots. I know, you know, venues are going bust, and I know bands are fucking, like, look, you know, God, if I was younger, I'd be out on the streets sucking cock for money, you know, but I have to sell hot sauce because I'm old and I can't get a job at home base. But it's like, there's a what's the word? There's a way of doing things, and you know, a rock gig. It's not just about the band going on stage and all the light. It's about the audience as well, and what they're doing, and they're on top of each other and driving on top. You know, that's part of the experience. And if you take that away, you're taking away half the electricity, half the power, because it's not just the band. It's not just, you know, musicians going through the motions on stage. It's an experience. It's an event. You know, and
it's a two-way thing.
They look rubbish.
Yeah, it's a two-way thing. I think that's what hit us so hard. We're quite surprised how we get the crowd involved, I guess. And until you take the crowd out, did we realize, oh shit, that's the bit where the crowd normally chant back at us. So and then that's not there. So then you change your set because you can't get the crowd involved like you normally would do. It's a two-way thing. Without the crowd, the's no life. There's no
John Bon Jovi would be fucked, wouldn't he? Because he's always putting his mic out to the audience on the high. That's why Bon Jovi haven't done any of those like crowdless gigs.
Yeah.
There'd be no one to fucking sing the song. Sorry, John.
I fucking love that. So, like, you know, over lockdown and stuff, I've noticed you cooking as well, dude. Fucking hell, it looks amazing. Is that have you always been into that, or are you just bored, or?
I'm Indian, man. You don't. All Indians can cook.
Oh,
you know, my mum and dad. My mum's from the Seychelles. My dad's Indian. I grew up on the most amazing food. They're always cooking, and it's just something which has been kind of passed down, and hence my my hot sauce. My mum always made her own hot sauce, and she can't eat like spicy food anymore. But ever since I was a kid, I always used to notice her putting like, you know, this red stuff on our food, on everything. And you know, there's me thinking it was ketchup, and I tried it one day and it was like, fuck, you know. And then I was like, oh, this is really nice. And I started copying her, and it grew up from there. That you know, I have like either chili flakes or chili sauce on everything. The only dish I will not put spice on is a roast dinner. It doesn't seem to work on a roast.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's too white, you know, for hot sauce and that. Well, I get in trouble for saying that.
Well, we tried it. Yeah, man, it is fucking. Thank you so much for sending it. It is.
Oh, I sent you a bottle.
Yes,
Yeah.
mate. Oh man, it is. Yeah, it's very tasty. It's
That's
fucking hell.
the medium stuff, though. That wasn't the really hot stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's the medium one. There's a one called Extreme, which is quite hot.
Fucking hell, CJ. When we finally get out there on the road, yeah, bring a bottle of that. It fucking killed him.
Yeah. Oh, it's lovely. That's what I have, the Extreme. But to be honest with you, I use chili flakes as well, which are even hotter because I like my food to punch me. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have yeah.
Well,
you need pain, don't you?
Yeah, I had some pasta and meatballs earlier, and I put a little bit over that, and it was fucking hell! It lifted it like.
Because I haven't sold my hot sauce for a couple of years, and obviously with me not touring, I needed to bring it back. You know, it's a source of income. You know, it isn't going to you know, I ain't going to retire or anything, but you know, I'm wheeling and dealing, and you know, it's all about. You know, when I'm not selling secondhand watches or porn in the pubs, you know, I'm selling my sauce. So
let's have a look at it, Ron. Let's get that bottle up. Let's have a look at it. So where can you get it, CJ?
It's great, man.
Oh, it's such a beautiful bottle. It's lovely. It's really good for hemorrhoids as well. You know, my hot sauce. Try it. Honestly, if it doesn't work, I'll give you your money back.
Didn't you write on the bottle? I might have this wrong because I was chuckling over something earlier. Did you put like stain remover or something on there? Or?
Yeah, on each bottle, it has different uses. On the back, on the bottom of each bottle, it says suitable for goats, and underneath goats, it says vegans.
Yeah, I seen that earlier. I was like, that's fucking great. Like, I almost had to double look at it. I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
Well, you got to get the pecking order right, haven't you? You know.
Yeah.
But no, I bought the sauce back and I had no idea it was gonna take off like it did, and I was overwhelmed with orders, so I had to shut my shop after 2 days because I just couldn't. But I hadn't been selling it for 2 years, and I didn't know I'd produced a bunch of like crackhead hot sauce junkies, you know. And, yeah, so I'm opening my shop for 2 days in the first week in November, and then you're not going to be able to get it till spring next year. So
wow.
So wow. I just can't cope with the demand for it, and I'm a one-man band, and I spent 2 weeks packaging up hot sauce, and it was driving me a bit crazy, you know, packaging. When I had all these, and now I've got all these songs in my head, and I'm recording again. It's all good. It's all good. But my songs are all about bubble wrap for some.
I had a look on your Instagram and I could watch your process because obviously I think you put, am I right by saying you put beer in it?
Yes, there's beer, barbecue and chili in a bottle. It's my 3 favorite things. Well, they were my 3 favorite things at the time. Yeah.
Yes, man.
You know,
yeah.
I still love barbecue. I still love hot sauce. I really don't like beer anymore though. I don't drink it anymore.
Class.
Was that cool getting all the quantities right and stuff, or was it fucking stressful, or?
No, I mean, it's I hooked up with a chili company down in Hull, which are quite local to me, and it was really hard to find a company who would let me come into their kitchen and come up with my own recipe. And they're called Chili Devil, and they're based in Hull, and they were really accommodating, and they said, yeah, come down and we'll work on, you know, and it took a few goes to get the recipe right, but once we got it right, you know, it's a matter of like putting less chilies in it to make it milder, more chilies to make it hotter. And but they were really, really cool, and they let me come in, and I said I wanted to put my 3 favorite things in a bottle, and you know, that was like beer, barbecue, and chili. And once we got it right, I mean, I'm a fan of my own sauce, and you know, I don't play my own music, you know, I don't sit at home, you know, naked listening to the Wildhearts, but I do sit at home naked eating my hot sauce. So that says a lot about the sauce. Yeah.
You don't want to get that sauce down below, dude. That will.
Okay, now. Oof.
I tell you what. So, how close is that sauce to your mum's sauce? Is it close? Like, is your mum like...
Yeah, really close.
Is it?
Like it's really in the fact that it's just the flavor. My mum's, you get a lot of hot sauces, and most of them are quite generic, and most of them taste of vinegar. Yeah. And they got absolutely no flavor whatsoever. It's just heat and vinegar, and it's really important. I grew up on really tasty, flavorsome hot sauce, which my mum would make, and for a long time I was buying all sorts of hot sauces, all from around the world, and I loved the heat. I loved the punch it got, but there was just no flavor. So when I released the solo album Mabel, it was a good few years ago, I wanted to do a sauce to go along with that, and it's a bit of a, you know, a nod to my mom as well. And yeah, from that I've had about probably 9 or 10 different sort of types of sauces now. So it's definitely something. Again, the lockdown brought back my hot sauce. So that's another really, really good thing, which has come out of such a shit situation. So my sauce is coming back. I'm doing my first solo album, which is my first solo album in 3 years. So, you know, there is some good to come out. You know, what is the clusterfuck of 2020?
Yeah, man. And how deep are you in with the new album? Are you nearly close to finishing it, or?
It's if I record 8 songs, it's a mini album. If I record 10, it'll be a full album. I'm 7 songs in now, so
cool.
And I need to have them all recorded by the first week in November. So it's probably looking like it's going to be a full 10-track album. So and the song I was working on, I've been working all day. A song called Charles, which is all about some of the old men I seem to be surrounded by who still do cocaine and just still think it's 1996. Fuck, it's just like, Jesus Christ, wake up, guys, man.
I love that. What's the song called? Charles.
That's genius.
That's
Charlie. Charles.
That's class. That's fucking class. That's brilliant. Yeah. I love that.
I gave up. I mean, I stopped taking. I have no problem with people doing what the fuck they want to do, but I mean, I stopped like hard drugs when I turned 40. I made a decision that I just wanted to like flip the album over and start playing the B-side, and by stopping taking drugs, I became more hyperactive and more energetic and just more passionate about things. And it's amazing, you know, because I used to do so much speed and coke and weed and acid, and I thought it was like, you know, making me just alive, but it wasn't. It was killing me and turning me into a fucking cunt. And you know, so I stopped it and I started living my life. And you know, the song I was writing today is about, it's my message to those people out there, you old bastards who are still out there fucking doing drugs, thinking you're fucking, you know, 22. Start living your lives again, man. You know, just stop, fucking flip over. It doesn't need to be the B-side of Abbey Road. It could be B-side of, you know, Never Mind the Bollocks. You know, the B-side of Kill 'Em All. And just go out there and fucking, you know, start living your life. Stop being fucking idiots. That's all it's about. Yeah. Do you want a line, by the way? I like
You're an absolute class, brother. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It really means the world, man.
Yes, man. Honestly, really does. Really does.
So when is this album out, dude? December.
Right, I'm dropping it. There'll be a pre-sale second week in November, and the album will be shipping first week in December. It's like, again, we're locked down. There's no big fanfare. There's no tons of press, no adverts. It's me working on my own, and just I'm dropping an album. You know, there'll be some reviews. I'm doing a video as well. I don't know if you've noticed some of the clown sort of stuff coming.
Yes, I did. It freaked me the fuck out. I'm not good with clowns, CJ. I'm great with beer. I'm great with beer, and I'm awesome with hot sauce. But when you did the clown thing, I was like, oh fuck no.
Well, that's all gonna be. There's a theme running through this, and once the video drops in November, the clown thing will make sense, and the song it's attached to is called "The State of Us," and it's about my take on the state of the world and how many fucking clowns there are out there running it, living in it, in it.
Yes, man.
Hence, the clown thing. Yeah, it's not me wanting to. Although, you know, actually. Yeah, I kind of wear the clown in the bedroom now. The clown mask. It's quite it goes down.
Oh fucking hell!
my girlfriend's petrified of clowns, so yeah, me
too. Me too. You'd have fun if we were on the road, fucking dressing up like that. I'd fucking shit my pants.
She's all right with the gimp mask, but you know, you said I crossed the line when I put the clown mask on.
Oh man, that's incredible, dude. What a guest you've been. Thank you so much. And I can't wait for that album, brother. I'll be getting a copy of that album 100%.
Yes, and we'll make sure we plug it as much as we can, mate. Honestly.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Stay safe, and we'll definitely catch you for a beer when we fucking can, like.
Definitely. And thank you very much for having me. And it's like, I really, really have enjoyed this. It's really nice, like, talking with you guys, and all the best. Okay.
Thank you, CJ, man. Can't wait to catch you in real life. Cheers, man.
Brilliant. Do I have to press just leave? Yeah. Here.
You got it. Cheers, bro.
All right. I'm off dogging now, so stay safe, guys.
Yes, man. Ta-da, bro. Ta-da, man.
Oh man.
Fucking hell, like.
What
I loved it. Should we bring in the boys?
Yeah, man.
Oh, fucking hell. That's fucking brilliant. Oh, hang on.
Wait.
Sorry. I'm fucking a fucking dog in there. I love that. Great feedback. Look at this. Everybody loved that. Well, oh, what's that noise? Yeah, Shiner, you're going to have to beat that one-liner tonight, son.
Yeah, but I've already got one, boys. I go, when I grow up, I want to be just like that man. Honest.
Yeah.
Man after my own heart.
That's checked out the list then, Shane.
Yeah.
Fucking hell of a one-line, wasn't it?
Yes. I just love his punk rock ethic on life. I'm like, yes. That's what it's all about.
So funny.
Fucking dude, man. I'm loving that. I'm loving that.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah. And he's probably one of the most underestimated guitar players out there.
Yeah, man. Really looking forward to his new album as well. The last album was great.
Yeah, it sounds like he got something to say. Like it's and I love that. So
the way he was describing it was just right up my alley. When he was on about like Descendants, fucking hell. I mean, Everything Sucks, probably one of my favorite albums ever. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I've actually mentioned it as one of them, but I mean, he's just reminded me of that. But fucking brilliant. That vibe, like.
I don't know. I just haven't stopped laughing for the past half hour, boys.
Just so funny, like he's so straight and honest, you know, saying things that everybody wants to say, but don't. I can't wait for that album. I really can't wait.
Yeah,
that sauce was too hot for me, though. Jesus.
Oof. I'll bring you some of that, Dave. I'll bring you if any of you boys like hot sauce or.
Okay, I put in my cold beans.
There we are. There we are. I'll give you a little sample of it. was a bit too hot for Mr. Greeno.
Oh, it was tasty. It was lovely, but I couldn't
really
feel my.
tasty.
Yeah, it was, but I just couldn't feel my tongue on my lips after it. And then I had to come up to the studio and sing. I was like, I couldn't. It was hard work, but really tasty.
That's brilliant. There's a bit of noise by there, boys. Let me just work out. I'm just trying to work out who it was then. There we are. How have you been then, boys?
Yeah, really good, man. Really good. Been learning some Nile Rodgers chic bass lines.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
That's awesome, man.
And some bit of Michael Jackson, but I mean, like, you know, Good Times.
yeah.
Fucking hell, what a fucking. I mean, it doesn't really go. It's not a really complicated song. I mean, it's just like kind of split into two parts bass wise, but it's so much just feel and.
Yeah, man.
It's almost a bit like Another One Bites the Dust. Bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, 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 bum. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Well,
it's so much.
Rodgers.
It's fucking class. That's been my own
His
work.
guitar tone, man. Nile Rodgers' guitar tone is so sweet.
Yeah.
Clean guitar tone.
I tell you how it come about. I mean, I was listening to Radio 2 last Friday daytime, and there was on in the background, and he was on there as a guest, playing the tracks of his years. And I was like, this is fucking brilliant. So I was like, as soon as I get home, I'm gonna fucking jam this. So I did. And that's the end of that.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. So gonna up the ante this week now and learn Freak Out, hopefully. Here we go.
What was the song? MC Hammer's called. Fucking, you know.
Can't touch this.
Yeah. What was the original? What was his original?
I know I can play that as well, Dave.
Yeah, that's a good bass line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Super freak, isn't it?
Super freak. What was? Yeah.
I remember being at a festival with my mate once, right? Really good mate, and we'd all been on it again all night, and he put Super Freak on and must have passed out, but pressed repeat, and so Super Freak was going around repeat, and then some bloke sticks his head in the tent and goes, "Please, mate, not again!" Like, just fucking turn it off. Super Freak go on repeat till like 5 a.m.
How have you been, Shane?
I've been good, but I think I just try to actually think what I've done for the week. I don't know. Play guitar, maybe? I think that's about it.
You probably have.
So tomorrow I will play some Wildhearts songs just cause.
Nah, incredible back when
Only time you'll ever catch me doing covers.
Well, there's so many, like CJ was saying, there's so many different styles in it. If you can play a Wildhearts song, you're playing multiple genres. Do you know what I mean? And styles, like, it's fucking class, absolute class. It was them and Nirvana in school, wasn't it? That's all I heard.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of said it, but there, right? So there was a couple of things he said, and I was like, oh my fucking god, there's quite similarities there, even though there's an age difference. So I can't remember who he first said, but then he said obviously he went into the thrash and metal. Who was the other ones he said he was into? Glam. Thank you, Kiss. Sorry, Kiss. So
Kiss, yeah.
he listened to Kiss, and then obviously he went into more like the thrash, like Metallica and stuff. And I was thinking, oh my fucking god, because I was kind of into Queen. We were listening to a lot of like that kind of vibe, and then it was Metallica, Ride the Lightning. So it was a little bit of a crossover to Metallica, Ride the Lightning, and then it was obviously it was all about Nirvana all the way through anyway, like, you know. But there was those elements were still there, and so there is a familiarity of like what we all like in the band now. Like Dave loves the Descendants, and we've had many a chat over fucking punk rock bands, and we, Dave, you know, your Pennywises and stuff, and such a class fucking scene that is. And then Shina's a massive Clash fan. And then you've got Lloyd then, who loves everything from Aerosmith to even the pop punk back in the day. And so I think between us all, there's just such an array of, and that kind of makes us, and that's where we're getting our sound, like, you know. So
yeah, brilliant,
fucking class. So, did you ever go and see him, Lloyd, before obviously the Crows? Did you ever manage to catch a Wildhearts? Or
no, I think obviously I'd heard of him, and an old friend lent us a couple of CDs, and I think one of the songs that really stuck out for me was Just in Lust, because I used to like that bass in the second verse when he bring it down. And I remember listening to the record and thinking, but I think at the time they weren't really doing much. So they were kind of one of them bands I kind of knew about, I kind of liked, but they weren't really accessible at that time for me. Do you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, we start gigging, and then they appear again everywhere, and it's like, oh fuck, we're on the same bill as the Wildhearts. Oh, these are cool. Let's check them out.
Yeah. Class.
Yeah, the last album was great when they were Renaissance Man. Was it that was called? Yeah, fucking great album that was.
Yeah, the song Dislocated, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like old school Wildhearts. It's like that song has been around for ages when I heard it.
Yeah. I
brand
thought that
new
well.
tune. Do you know what I mean? Like, not many bands can do that. It's an instant classic. Like, do you know what I mean? It sounds like a classic Wildhearts tune. Brilliant album.
Yeah, man. Well, we were, like I said, we were listening to that when we were on the road together, so we were kind of discovering the record together, which was fucking cool, and breaking it down together, and listen to that part, fucking hell, listen to that part, because it's like part into riff after fucking chorus to hooky harmonies. One of my favorite things is, I remember a video, I don't know if I shared it to the group or whether we all seen it. If you haven't, you have to go and check it out, to anybody listening to this. There's a video where somebody follows them from backstage downstairs.
They were playing in Holmouth.
There we are.
Last November.
That's it. And they follow him down the stairs, and they start their intro, which is fucking class. And then I'm trying to think what they go into. I can hear it in my head. It's with the hi-hats and the 16 beats off the brand new record, and they start doing "Last of the Summer Wine." It's fucking so cool. It's just so, because like Ginger's at the top of the stairs, like you can just see him smiling. I don't know if he's looking up at CJ or whatever, and it's like you can hear like their intro kick in and the chords, you know, and it's like you can just hear do 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 do. It's like fucking hell, and you can just hear the chord sustaining in the background going, and it just works, and it's still. Even though it's Last of the Summer Wine, it still sounds really fucking Wildhearts because of like the chords and stuff like that. It's brill. So yeah, and then they go on stage and fucking smash it, like, you know. So
brilliant. Band live, isn't it? They're so good live. Vocally, they're on point. It's unbelievable.
Tight outfit.
Yeah, so good. Here we are.
Yes, man. You got an acoustic, have you got?
I have a little guitar.
Tell me the lyric. That's been in my head, man, for like 2 weeks.
Tell me the lyric, give me the lyric. What's the next lyric? It's lyric time. Tell me the lyric, give me the lyric. What's the next lyric? It's lyric time. What's the next line? What's the next line? What's the next line? This week is easy. If you're a member of the Crow family, this is an easy one. The line is, to hell with regrets. To hell with regrets.
What do they win? What do they win, Shane Boy?
I will tell him later.
Good man. Good man. Love you.
It's basically a choice of no Lloyd. You can't win. Lloyd.
Don't win me, all right? You ain't having me.
He'd be on the beds, haven't he? Look at how tan he is as well. No, you can win a hat. Basically, any hat off the website. That's including the beanie or any hat with a peak. You can win.
I
Tell us
love
the
it. Tell us the lyric. Devo!
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Facts! Bloody facts!
they caught him off guard.
You right, Dave?
Do you remember that song, My Sepultura, Roots Bloody Roots, didn't you?
Oh, is that what that was supposed to
Yeah.
be?
Yeah.
Ah, right. Ah, right. I thought. Sorry, I thought you were having another one of those episodes, mate.
Thought you had blue lips or something, then?
No, it was my Max Caballero.
I know, I'm only joking. No.
Right, so this one's a bit of a fucking mind fuck, right? So you can guess the temperature outside by counting the number of times a cricket chirps in 15 seconds and then adding 37. So you listen to a cricket for 15 seconds, how many times it chirps, and then add 37 to it, and that's the temperature.
And that's the temperature.
Yeah, in Fahrenheit.
So I hear crickets quite a lot actually
Oh,
when I go
right.
for a walk up the mountain. So if I hear, for example, now, that's how they kind of, you got to imagine now, a little cricket doing
You got a digital cricket.
like a chicken cricket kind of thing, because they do that with their fucking legs, don't they? So I got to count like a double kick drum for how many seconds? 15 seconds. Then add 37.
Yeah, and then add 37, and I'll give you the temperature in Fahrenheit.
So, hang on. Do you ever see a cricket in winter?
I love this. Hang on, Lloyd. You gotta start it with. Did you know?
Hey, put it back.
So yeah, loads of people are asking Celsius or Fahrenheit.
It's Fahrenheit. Because it'd be fucking off, wouldn't it, if you had 37 degrees on top of whatever the fucking thing was.
Ooh.
But yeah, it wouldn't. It does, well, you don't have crickets. Crickets don't show themselves in winter, so you couldn't do it in the winter. But
Yeah, well, there you go. So the bollocks then, isn't it?
Well, Rob Evans has pointed out. No, it's a summer sport, Lloyd.
Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you very much.
as soon as it's a sport, they can gather in.
Oh, so it's seasonal. It's seasonal, this game.
Yeah, but try it. There's still crickets out and about now, isn't there? Next time you're out on a little stroll, look up the mountains, Ron. Fucking
Fact
have
confirmed.
a little count. I want to see what I guess in the bushes. Might see me poke my head out. Like that. Fuck off.
Mitch, are you sure that's right?
Apparently, that fact has been confirmed.
Yeah, by whom?
By whom?
I'm not sure who he confirmed it with.
A cricket.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, right?
He went out the back.
Oh,
That's what it is, man. He went out the back. He went, "Oh, Jimmy," and he went, "Tick, tick, 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 tick," and he went,
Confirmed.
"Hang on,
Alex
let me add
Mark.
37 to that." That's exactly how fucking cold it is.
Look at Alex Masters. Well, true. Crickets carry a thermometer in their back pockets. Brilliant.
Here we are.
Oh, believe what you like.
Who confirmed it? Alex Lee said the umpire.
That's a 6.
I spend a lot of time around cricket, so I know the fucking score.
Right, so that's intrigued me now. So next time I do my mountain walk, like I said, there's a really nice patch, and I always hear there's this fucking patch as I turn the corner. So if I just stand there, obviously wait for one of them to kick in. If one starts, I'm like, hang on now, mate, fucking start again. So as soon as he starts, just literally try and count as many to 15 seconds.
No, you don't have to wait for him to start again. You just count from 15, and it's the tempo. You've got to count to the tempo. So.
But what if I've come in mid-tempo? What if he's kind of started? It's like
they don't like build up their pace. They just fucking go in at a fucking pace. So you can count from anywhere, and you'll be able to count 15 seconds from there.
So it's based on how warm they are, what their temperature is.
No, the outside temperature.
So if he had CJ's hot sauce, he'd be going like the fucking clappers, would he?
Well, no, because that wouldn't affect the outside temperature. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
I love how in depth this is getting. This is class.
Yeah, it's fair
Look,
play.
man. Like I just brought up Craig McGill's, which he said save yourself 30 seconds and pull out your phone, but they're never fucking right anyway, the phone apps.
No.
And actually, Lloyd, you were away the other week, and Dave gave us a corker, which actually Walker's crisps.
Oh, the Quavers.
Thank you, Craig McGill. He managed to get fucking Walker's to reply to one of the CrowCast Dave's Did You Know? Like,
Did you read that reply? We're absolute load of fucking shite. It's like fucking Willy Wonka reply or something.
There we are.
Right.
Thank you, Walkers.
Thank you,
Gary Lineker.
Thank you, Walkers, and good night.
I prefer fucking.
And don't forget
Smith
to tune in next week. Next week's special guest, David fucking Attenborough.
Oh,
You can
fucking
tell us.
hell.
Just try it. Just try it. See what happens. Try it. See what happens.
That's fucking brilliant.
So
Absolutely brilliant.
Have you tried it, Dave?
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah, I did it 2 nights ago. I was down the Murthmower sand dunes,
Right.
and I stopped and did it, and it was 18 degrees centigrade, which is 60 something. It was 60 something. It was 18 degrees centigrade, which actually was roughly the temperature that it was at. I don't think it was like spot on the nearest degree, but it was pretty close. Like,
David, I have a task for you on behalf of the band and the CrowCast.
right?
I would like you to go out this week before next week's episode.
Film it, is it?
I would like you to either get somebody to film you, and I want to see you counting and giving the weather forecast via video.
All right,
via
I'll tell you what, right? Well, now you said that, now I'm going to get up first thing in the morning. Me and India go on the sand dunes, and we'll do it then.
Love it. And I don't want you to put the video up anywhere else. I want you to send me the video. And if everybody tunes in next week, we will watch Dave getting the weather forecast, or the temperature from a cricket live. Well, it won't be live, it'll be pre-recorded.
Fucking hell, that's entertainment today.
That's it.
You don't get this anywhere else, dude. You don't get this anywhere else. This is pure fucking...
It's fucking class. I don't know how we've got you, but I'm
I
fucking doing
told
it.
you we should be charging for this. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I think this is we're gonna have to new level.
And if you could do
David, have
that,
your own BBC One show now.
yeah, and if you could do that while wearing a crash helmet and a fucking bicycle horn, that'd be absolutely incredible. That'd be incredible. You know, one of those.
Yeah.
Actually, you could give us the temperature answer
Oh, David.
via horn.
How does that work?
Well, you'd have to
Is it?
squeeze it, wouldn't you? You'd have to squeeze it. So if it was
You
65.
said.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Just do it. Just get a video of yourself counting a cricket.
Cricket cast. There we are.
Yeah, try and video the cricket as well. That'd be interesting. See you trying to find the cricket. So we got proof.
There's loads of crickets down there. It's just trying to
David
pinpoint where they are. You can hear the fuckers. The only trouble is, I'll completely honest, is that there's usually so many of them all fucking chirping at once. You've got to hone in on one.
Oh, there's a skill to this, Dave. Absolutely. Fuck.
Oh, fuck,
Hey, no, is a grasshopper? Does a grasshopper do what a cricket does? The noise.
They both chirp. Yeah.
So
I
is a
think they both
grasshopper?
chirp. Yeah.
Is a grasshopper bigger than a cricket? Because you could now be listening to
Crickets.
a grasshopper.
Crickets are like more of a browny yellowy color, and they've got like a harder shell. I don't know if that's the right word. Crickets greener, and they're a bit more like soft to the touch. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But
You're a fucking idiot, you are.
I'm like a fucking cricket.
Oh,
when I
Dave,
go by
Dave,
RNS,
have you got
like
a
fucking-
birthday shout out as well?
Anyway, moving on,
Was it
boys.
the
We've been on
cricket,
this for
was
about
it?
half an hour
Hey,
now.
your fucking legs are like the cricket in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, Shiner just said, haven't you got a birthday shout out?
Oh yeah, birthday shout out. Talking about Indy's first birthday on Monday, on the 21st. 365 days of being a twat. So congratulations, Indy. You made it to one under my supervision, which is a fucking miracle.
And just for people that don't know, he's not talking about his baby. It's a dog, just in case.
People know who Indy is. Come on, Indy's fucking superstar on this thing. She's gone upstairs now, actually.
Dave, Rob Evans would like to know, so birds chirp, do they tell the time?
What are you asking me for? Fuck you asking me for?
It's nature what? It's nature watch.
Yeah, you broke him.
I deal in cricket, sorry, but I don't do
Cricket
birds.
watch. Cricket watch.
Ah, right.
I'm not fucking Bill Oddie.
Hashtag, I'm not fucking Bill Oddie.
Are you the theme tune then? Was the theme tune with Bill Oddie? What was that thing he was in?
I don't know.
Fucking, oh man.
Show. Bill Oddie. Yeah, I don't know what's the matter. It's gone.
Okay, my Adam's apple's hurting after that.
Oh, don't start. Don't start. Don't start. Don't start.
Laughing so much. Right, have we got an answer? Have we got an answer from the we got a winner from the
Oh, yeah. Don't start. Cut me off. That's a private joke, everybody.
We got a winner or what?
Yes, we got a winner. So we got a winner.
fuck that.
What's the next line? The line was, "The hell with regret." The winning line was, "We held our heads up high."
And who's the winner?
We'll be winning a hat of their choice. David Graham. Congratulations, David. You've won a hat. Tell us which one you want, and we'll send
Hold on, David.
Good name as well.
Yeah, we had a bit of a moment before we went live on CrowCast, and it was a private joke, and we were all laughing, and we're like, don't say that, and we've gone and done it. So that's why we're all laughing.
Sorry.
I regret nothing.
I wasn't expecting that then, Dave. I backfired on me, I did. I backfired. Oh, man. Yes. Okay. So
Right,
before
so
we
well done,
move
David. Anyway.
well done, David. Before we move on, oh fucking hell. Before we move on, you've got to get that video done for next week, all right? That's your task.
All right, dude. Yeah, no, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going out first thing in the morning.
Okay, brilliant. Should we give something else away?
Yes.
Please. Oh.
Have you edited this up into this, Steve?
Oh, actually, Shane, hang on 2 seconds. What if we give away
CJ's
this
album.
So
CJ.
it's there we go.
Go on in, bud.
No, go on.
CJ's album, Blood, for the winner of Crow Wheel. Here we go then. 1, 2, 3. Mothercutter Flea. And the winner is Jackie Byron, or Brian, sorry.
And Jackie
Hello,
Bryan.
Jackie.
Jackie Bryan, right.
Well done.
now. Send us your name. No, send us your address.
Did she win?
CJ's album. Bless.
Oh, fuck I.
Wait, have you been back?
That's what she
Oh,
won.
no. Lisa text me what was the joke, the private joke. Whilst that was going on.
We'll tell you later.
We'll tell you
Yeah.
later. It's David. Well done, David. Oh, God. Right. Let's give you something. There we go. You've completely thrown me, Dave. Sorry, mate. Well done. Well done. Let's go for that again. Come on, let's have
fucking
another
hell.
one. It's all fucking hell. You love it. You fucking love it. Unbelievable. Have you got a bad chest or bad throat? No?
Right, so the chainsaw, right? The beloved chainsaw, we all know from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, etc., was originally designed.
What line was that? The
Etc.
beloved chainsaw.
Etc.
Best known from hedge trimming and tree cutting. Anyway, it was originally designed for an aid in childbirth.
Shut up.
Fucking was.
Dave, are you with Jack the Ripper?
Yeah, some psychopath, obviously.
Seriously, Dave, are you pissed?
No.
Yes, Harriet.
Uh,
I
wouldn't
wish
know.
I was pissed, but I'm not. I'm drinking water.
fuck
So,
off.
I've forgotten what what's the dude name in Halloween? He had a chainsaw, didn't he?
Yeah, Jason.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, yeah.
Yeah, so are you saying he was misunderstood? He's a midwife. He's a midwife, really. He's not
Midwife, yeah.
going around.
Yeah, well, I think he is right, boys.
Am I? I'm gonna make some fucking change.
Sick as fuck, but true.
There we are.
Jason.
Brutal, isn't it?
Wow.
What chainsaw was it, though, Dave? Was it a McCulloch? Was it a Still?
A fly mow, like.
Come on, you seem to fucking know all this.
A fly mow's a strimmer in here, or a fucking chainsaw.
Note to everybody, don't use them in the rain.
Fly mows were used for the old pelvic region, innit?
Yeah, I can run a disclaimer along the bottom because, and I have to say, we don't vet Dave for any
don't know
of
what they are,
these
do you, before?
facts. This is totally rogue. Whatever Dave comes up with is a surprise to us as well. Isn't that right, Dave? So
It's always a risky. That's why you got to have the disclaimer. We are not associated with this segment of the show.
We're not
From the rest of
associated with
the
you.
Yeah.
oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. There's a lot of
it was Leatherface. Look, yeah, that's right. Who had the chainsaw? It wasn't Michael Myers.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, Michael
Myers had that big knife, didn't he? That
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the films mixed up, haven't I? Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Was to remove the cervical bone. What? Wow. God
Here we
damn.
go. There's one for you, Shane.
2 doctors invented the chainsaw in 1780 to make the removal of a pelvic bone easier and less time-consuming during childbirth. It was powered by a hand crank and looked like a modern-day kitchen knife with little teeth on a chain that would... Oh, what? That sounds horrific.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shine over that. Lovely.
Wow.
It, honestly, done better thinking about, is it all the medical procedures like a couple of 100 years ago? It just sounds horrific.
Wow.
No, before anesthetic, any of that kind of stuff as well.
It's just a bottle of whiskey, isn't it? Get it down you and get on with it.
Yeah,
So-
bite down on this.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like that scene on Scarface, isn't it? With the shower.
Yeah. That's true, Harriet. Us men have got it easy compared to you women, I tell you now.
Oh, I don't know. A couple of weeks ago when I was nearly died trying to take a
Turning
shit.
blue.
Oh, yeah, blue lip. Yeah.
Oh, blue lips, right?
To be honest, but all he was doing was sucking a Viagra. That's all I was. Blue lip.
I got caught in the middle of it, like like a slush puppy, brain freeze.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Outstanding for this week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great
Well done.
effort. Thank you, Dave.
Well done.
Thank you, Dave. I'd like a supply of a video next week, and that's
Okay.
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, no problem.
Which brings us on to next week's episode. So next week will be the CrowCast takeover. We always like to have a string of guests on for a few weeks, and then it's your turn. So we're going to be kind of logging off in a bit, and we want to kind of make next week a bit more of a feature. I mean, I think last time we ran, what was it, boys? 3 hours, was it?
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah, it was a long end. It was a long end.
So yeah, last time it was like 3 hours. It was a long one. So if you're interested in coming on, you want to chat with us, you maybe want to kind of talk about one of Dave's facts. How are you doing? Whether you enjoyed the cricket video that's going to be posted next week. Check our socials out tomorrow. There's going to be a poster going up with email details. If you email that with your name and what you'd like to talk about or any questions, it doesn't have to just be a question. You might want to talk about something. Just let us know, and you could be on CrowCast episode 27, the Takeover special.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. And before we go to China, if we can just do a quick plug of if you... Oh, that's a small one. How would you like that one, boys?
Uh,
I'm going to catch you out then. Yeah, if you can subscribe, hit the notification, like us on Facebook, and spread the word. We've got loads of merch on sale. As Shane said earlier, there's hats now in the merch store. There's loads of hoodies, T-shirts, hip flasks, and an array of goodness. I'd like to thank CJ for coming on. If you want to support him, yeah, absolute. There's his hot sauce, which was absolutely banging. He got a new record out in December. Did you say, Shane?
December, dropping in December.
Yes, keep an eye out for the pre-orders for that. Go on, Lloyd.
I think it pre-orders for the second week of November, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's when the pre-orders go live.
Perfect, but an absolutely amazing guest. If you think anybody would have loved tonight's episode or would like to know about the facts of the temperature read by a cricket, obviously share this video, tell all your friends, and like I said, if you want to be part of CrowCast episode 27, check our socials out tomorrow and all the details will be on there and we'll see your faces then. So with that said,
ladies and gentlemen, one-liner shiner.
I'm just going to soothe Dave's horrificness of the chainsaw. So I'm just going to go and say, no matter how bad your day is, somewhere his day is worse. It's got to be him, Nick.
yeah. 100%.
love that. Love that.
Very true, Stan. Very true.
It could be a cricket, couldn't it? So.
He could be.
You could look at that from both angles, Shane.
You could be the bloke fucking counting the chirps.
You could look at that as in being an optimist and say, look, you know, someone's got it worse than me, or you could be thinking, you could be gloating in someone else's misery. Someone else has got it worse, but you're laughing, like, you know. Depends what kind of person you are, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing, David. It's entirely up to them to make their mind up.
Yeah.
Love it. And that's One Liner Shiner. That's episode 26. 6 months, 26 weeks. It's all the sixes.
Wow. Take care, everybody. Crow family will love it a bit. We will see you next week. Stay safe.